Welcome to 3Spoonies. We are your hosts, Karen, Claire and Joe. This is episode 14 and we're discussing art and creativity in business. Join us as we dive in.
The Awards People is a specialist award writing agency who help you get the recognition you deserve for your achievements. Over the years, they've gotten to know about and meet so many individuals, charities, companies, and organizations that offer amazing products and services, but who rarely get recognized for it, or who enter awards but never get further than the nomination stage. This is where the Awards People come in, with their experience and expertise in writing multi-award winning applications. Whether you're looking for initial research into what awards are available for you to enter or support with award nominations and or submission forms, the Awards People are the people for you. 93% of all entries go through to the finals and 81% go on to win their category.
Hello, I'm Karen from Pony.
I'm Claire from Sparkle's Gift Boutique.
And I'm Joe from Bright Cat Business Solutions.
We are 3Spoonies, navigating our way through life and business with not enough spoons. Today we are joined by the lovely Debbie Crouch. Hurrah!
Hello!
And we are going to be talking about art and creativity in business. And as soon as the topic came up, we knew who to come to and have a quick look at Debbie's background. If you're on YouTube, you can see straight away why we thought of you.
Oh.
So, Debbie, to start us off, do you want to tell us a little bit about what you do? And then I'll ask you the next question. Actually, I won't put it into two.
Of course. My name's Debbie Crouch and I run Artful Wellness CIC, which is a Facebook group, a website, and it set off when I was on my own personal journey to well-being. And I went and learned how to draw and paint to support my own well-being journey. And I was so passionate about what I learned and how it changed me, gave me confidence. I wanted to be able to share that with everybody else. And that was the story behind how I became Artful Wellness CIC.
You kind of answered my second question. It was going to be, how did you get into what you do? Which you definitely kind of answered. But you know what? My brain's working today and I can come up with more questions for you. What is, like, when you got into the Artful Wellness, what was like your favourite bit of art to do?
I think my favourite bit was learning to relax and let go, because I can remember the first time I picked up a pencil, I was gripping it that hard. I didn't realise that I wasn't relaxing. So it was learning to relax and just let the pencil flow over the paper, because that helped me to relax at the same time. And also having fun, just splashing paint, just being able to make a mess and be childlike again. And it didn't matter. You were the one having fun. That's what I really loved about it.
Oh, I love that. So do you have a preference to what you... Go on, Joe.
I've seen you make like beautiful trees with people's fingerprints at events. I love that. What's your favourite medium to work in?
I think my favourite medium is acrylic. I like acrylic paints because it covers easily and you get true vibrant colours. And I don't know, I just love all sorts of acrylic paints. I've got sparkly ones and bright coloured ones. For me, I just love it.
Nice. I mean, I was sneaky. I don't know if Joe and Karen remember when we met you at the expo. For people watching on YouTube, this is one of Debbie's bits of work. I had to go and get it from my wall because I was like, I love purple and I love black. And as soon as I saw it, it just drew me in. And I think it's the first bit of paint, like artwork I bought off someone that I actually know or have met in person. I buy like hanging decorations and stuff like that. So it's nice to have something that kind of has a feeling to it as well.
Oh, that is lovely to know that's the reason why you bought it, because it's so it's so touching, it's so Thank you, Claire.
Oh, you're welcome. It's so like you must be you do all different types of creative stuff with your Artful Wellness. Have you always been pretty creative?
I have, even as a child, I was always known for having felt tips and a colouring book or paper just to mess about. But I think as you go through life and things changed, I always loved doing art right up until being at secondary school. When that teacher turned round and said, I don't know why you're doing art, you'll never be any good at it. And it just knocks your confidence
Rude.
and changes your direction in where you're going to go in life because you really believe that this person stood in front of you that's older, that's got that you think is experienced and knows what they're talking about. And I did put it off for a number of years until my daughter was born, and then I became childlike again, being able to do creative things. But it was more for doing it for her, seeing the fun in her face of doing it. And then I put it up again because I went through life where you have pleasing people, where you have bad relationships, bad choices, lots of different reasons. Put yourself last on the list, trying to please everybody else. And it was only when I hit rock bottom that I discovered it again. And it's changed my life. It's changed my direction in life. I found what I'm really passionate about and want to do. And knowing that I always felt that I was here with a purpose to help other people. And I felt that as a child. I can't explain it. I just know it was a feeling inside. And now I really feel that I'm living that life that I've always wanted to do.
I love to
I
see your
feel blessed for
passion
that.
as you talk about it. I love that. What do you find that the creative side of it and what you do really helps within the business as well?
Absolutely, because I think it's important to give yourself time. Because when you're in business and it's so easy to be busy, concentrating on everything that you need to do, everybody needs to have that self-care moment. You need to have that bit where you step back and reflect on what you've learned, on what you've done, in meeting other people as well. Whether they have a creative background or not, it doesn't really matter. It's just being around people that get you, especially if you've got a neuro condition or a disability or whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. I'm not into labels, but just being connected with those people is the power behind being able to help you in your business and as you as a person. And I do tend to go off at a tangent. So if I
We
That's
love
fine.
a tangent.
We love that here. That happens a lot.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, I'd agree. It's like you need those people around you, and getting that creative brain sort of working, it helps with everything else.
it does.
I mean, I've said before, I can get lost in my work, especially if it's something, I'd say creative wise. I find building a website quite creative and sort of working out how to design everything. I can lose hours and then wonder why I'm in pain and can't move because I haven't moved. I've focused.
Yeah, I completely get that.
My husband's the same if he's working on some design in Canva.
Oh, Canva, that's just a magical word, isn't it? I mean,
Mine's got to be when I'm actually physically making things. I can get lost for hours. Like I can lose a day, and it doesn't feel like you've lost a day, but you're so in the moment. And then I'm like, why do I hurt? Oh, I've not eaten today, and oh look, 10 hours have gone by, and I'm still here. It's easily done.
and I think that's why you need to set your own perimeters and your own boundaries and learn that sometimes you need to say no.
We've
Sometimes
talked
you
about
need
this.
to
We're
think,
terrible.
sometimes you need, even if you just put an alarm to remind you that you need to be having a break, that if you like you say, if you continue, you end up being in pain. And although you've enjoyed the process and you feel proud of what you've done, but it's getting the balance, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's and we're bad at that.
I feel like we're getting a bit better though, because like between the three of us, we hold each other pretty much accountable, and we'll be like, "How you doing today?" It's like we're struggling, so we'll be like, "Don't do everything, take a break." So I think that definitely helps us.
It's also time as well. I think, you know, when you first discover that thing you're really passionate about, and I was the same at school. I was told you're not creative, you're not artistic, and then I discovered silversmithing and loved it. It was like, oh, here's a thing, and I can do it, and it's amazing, and I love the thing. And I think we all get that new shiny thing when it's something that we're really excited about, and it is really tricky actually to get the balance sometimes.
I do love your jewelry as well.
Thanks, Kat.
Right, love your shiny jewelry.
There's nothing wrong with a bit of sparkle, is
I mean,
there?
there isn't. I love it. If I kind of can't get a bit creative, or I'm trying to think of new things, and I'm just like my brain's not quite there, I'll take a break, and I'm like, so my happy place is what can I cover in rhinestones today? And that's how kind of covering things in rhinestones and doing the personalized gifts with them on came about in my business. It came from me being. It was a de-stress moment as well, bit of creativity, bit of fun, and it became a thing. So it's, that's my happy place though. I can get lost for hours. Apart
But
from when I,
it brings joy to so many other people as well. I mean, I've seen some of the things that you make and they're absolutely amazing. And just to give that sparkle away is magical in itself, isn't it?
yeah, there's definitely something that's really nice when people message you and then they receive something and they're so over the moon with it, because you always have that bit of worry, like, oh, what if they don't like it, or they're not 100% happy with it. And when they message you so happy, you just like, it makes my day. And it's like, this is why I do what I do.
But
So
you
should
have
should
fun
we,
making it, and then they get to be
yeah,
happy.
have fun making it. Then I panic that they might not like it, and then I'm like, yay, they love it.
Speaking of things we love, should we take a pause for Spoonsful of Loveliness? Here's some lovely things from our sponsors you can have a listen to.
How I Became a Butterfly, Creative Tools for Coping with Life and Chronic Illness was self-published by Amanda McKinley in February 2024. The book is a life story and self-help book rolled into one, and offers a host of well-being tools, all used by Amanda herself, in living life with fibromyalgia, aimed at helping those with chronic illness and those looking to enhance their general well-being to find and spread their wings. Amanda is a well-being and creativity coach, a practice shaped by her own health journey, as well as passionate about supporting people to manage and enhance their physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being.
So how many years have you been doing your Artful Wellness now?
Been doing it for 3 years now.
Oh, wow. I don't know why. I thought you've been doing it for longer.
I guess it always does feel longer, but yeah, I feel that I've been on a journey and I've worked on different steps. Like the first one was setting up in business and understanding what business is about and learning, setting up my free resource scheme. And then the next step has been identifying who you are and being visible and learning so many different things. Because one thing that you have to do is as you know, you've got to wear so many different hats, haven't you?
It's a very steep learning curve. Everything else around the thing that you can do and that you love.
And then discovering, you might try something and it doesn't quite work the way you thought it was going to be. But I always think it's a learning opportunity. There's nothing wrong with pulling back and thinking, well, no, I don't want to do that. But what I'll do is I've got this idea of something else, and I think I'll develop that instead. And it's about never giving up, isn't it? It's about whatever you go through, even on your bad days, on your days that you're discovering things don't quite go to plan, that you shouldn't give up, even if it's just talking to someone else, having that connection with someone, taking a step back and having a rest. Going and sitting outside in the garden or having a nice cup of coffee or just something to I can't say that word. I'm a
Calibrate.
But that's what I love about it. You just have to be yourself, haven't you? If you don't know a word, you have a go at saying it and it don't matter, does it?
Oh, no.
And also, if you've learnt a word from reading it, that means you read. So good for you. You've learnt something new.
And half the time we can't remember what words we're trying to use when we do know them.
Yeah, that's always an interesting one when the
That's a
brain fog sets
separate
in.
issue.
Does
Yeah, that's a
anybody else
different
make their
kind of
own
thing.
words up?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
No.
that's definitely something that's been fun. Is that over the years, it's like new words that I've created for things, and it's just like my husband looks at me, he's like, "What the hell are you talking about?" I'm like, "You know exactly what I'm talking about," and really, he's got no idea.
Yeah,
Oh, that's good to know.
I've got some tools called thingifiers because they do the thingy.
Oh, they sound really good tools.
I think that's a good tool name, though. I like that. It's so with your because it's obviously it's a CIC. What kind of services do you offer to help people?
Primarily, I started off doing online services. So there's the website and the Facebook group where there's different resources that people can do in their own time, watch videos and download. But I've also got where I've moved more into working in the community. So going into community setting, I'm now doing what's called Start Therapeutic Art, which is about using recyclable materials, whether it's bottle tops, lollipop sticks, ribbons, material, sparkly bits, paint, it could be anything, and using that to make creativity. And I find that when you're working with a varied audience, whether it's somebody with learning disabilities, whether it's elderly with dementia, whether it's children or young people, even if you touch the very material and it's the I can't say that word, kinesthetic, that you get from touching it. Or somebody might see a button and think to themselves, oh, that button reminds me of something when I was a child. And it's about invoking memories and just showing that you can use absolutely anything to make a picture. And I actually use a principle of three. And I love that you're the 3Spoonies because three is a magical number as far as I'm concerned. And my principle of three is using colour, shape, and imagination. And that is all you need to be creative. So I teach people about colour, the meaning of colour, shapes, how shapes can easily be transformed to create a picture, and then using your imagination to get whatever thoughts are in your head onto paper.
I love that, especially sort of, one, it sounds amazingly fun. It's not something I've really done since a kid, but I loved it. I did a textiles course at college for a year. That was really fun. Because yeah, I'm a tactile person. I like touching things, and you will see me walking through a shop just with my hand out, just trying to feel all the different fabrics. But also the sort of getting stuff out onto paper it's an amazing way to clear your head, and it's sort of one of the few ways I've been able to. That and gardening, which I can't do anymore, was the only way I've ever been able to actually clear my mind. And I am like the overthinker's overthinker. So yeah, it's really powerful.
And even being able to make a decision, for some people, that's really empowering. Like you could say to some people, like, choose a bead, for instance, and they go, oh, I don't know. And it's like, well, do you prefer this colour or this colour? And giving people permission to have a preference even can be a really strong starting point if someone's been disempowered. So I think what you're doing is so, so important.
Oh,
As you were describing, like the just recycled bits, it brought back a memory of being at school and creating pictures with like paint and pasta. And it was just like, it's weird. I haven't thought about that for I don't know how many years, but the memory that just came back then was really nice.
oh, that's lovely. But and does it make you think that you'd like to have a go again?
I mean, I love kind of messy things. So my son, he's autistic. So when he was little, I'd try and do like a lot of messy painting and messy play with him, and he'd have none of it. Doesn't like the mess. He's just like, no, don't want to touch it. I'm a one for finger painting, painting your hands and feet and stepping on things, and it's so I'm just like, oh, I'm now thinking, what can I do, even just for myself, or I'm even thinking for my business, like, oh, what can I do that's a bit different now and creative?
See,
Got my brain going.
while you're sat there doing like talking about like all this messy play and painting on your hands, I'm sat there doing this. because I'm like your son. I don't like mess. I don't like.
I love it.
I didn't like getting anything on my hands. I hated being dirty as a kid, and yet I know doing it is really fun. But then the other part of my brain, but it's messy, and I don't like it.
Oh no, I love all the messy play stuff. Like that is just perfect for me. What about you,
Yeah, as
Karen?
kids, we had the big plastic painting trays, and you did arty stuff on there. So that contained all of the mess to one area at a time. And there was something to be said for this is messy thing. I'm going to do the messy thing, and now I can put it away if I want to. And it also sort of takes that thing away if you're like, oh no, what if I get paint on the table or whatever else? If you've got something you can put out, go, look, there's a barrier, off we go. We're fine now. Sorry, I say as I'm flipping around a paintbrush. That wasn't deliberate. But
I love that idea, Karen, and I think I'm going to take it forward in my workshops. I never thought about that people don't if they can have a boundary space like a tray to think that's the messy area, then they're not having to worry about making the mess. That's such a really good idea.
oh, it was my dad's. I can't claim credit.
You shared it, you can take the credit. Well done to Karen's dad as well.
It's his birthday today, actually, but yeah, that's by the by.
Happy birthday, Karen's
Oh,
dad.
happy
Even
birthday,
though-
Karen's dad.
Even though it won't be when this comes out, but you know.
No.
He's on birthday, it's fine.
Happy on birthday as well. But yeah, it's like I like the idea of keeping it all nice and contained. But my problem was never getting it on everything else. I didn't care about that. It was getting it on me.
So when I used to have my cake business and I was baking,
Yeah.
when I first started out, I actually made all my own fondant icing and stuff like that, and I'd get all the different food dye colors. I would be covered, like I'm a messy baker. You see like programs on TV and they've got their chef whites on. Could never do that because I'd be covered from head to toe. But I don't care. Like it's fun.
And the dyes can look like really weird bruises.
They can.
You've got like a purple splodge on your arm and you forget.
I'd have bits of purple, blue, pinks, and it was just like, oh, it's fine.
I mean, that sounds like you anyway.
Yeah, pretty much.
But now it's made of rhinestones and it sparkles.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's like these weird rhinestones get everywhere in my house. So does glitter.
Mm.
That's because
You know.
evil and walks.
Yeah. Wait till you see me on Friday. I'll probably unpack my suitcase and there'll be rhinestones in there somewhere.
Of course. No, it's when the rhinestones appear in our room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it happens. It does happen. I don't know how they kind of make their way around, but they do.
Spreading the love, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. It's, you're just spreading a little bit of that sparkle everywhere that I go.
Just don't set one of those glitter bombs off inside.
You know
will be
what? The idea of a
reminded
glitter
it's
bomb
glitter
actually
cube later.
horrifies me. The idea of one of them, because I obviously making the glitter glasses and stuff, I know how bad it is if I knock the packet over and like, oh shit, it's all in the carpet. I know how bad it is. But the idea of a glitter bomb going off and having that stuff everywhere horrifies me. That's the one kind of mess I'd probably be like, absolutely no. Can't deal with that one.
So we found our boundaries. Glitter bombs possibly too much.
Yeah, glitter bombs is too much. None of that.
What's a good craft material to start with, Debbie, if you're not very experienced and you don't want to spend a whole lot of money? What's something good if you just want to have a bit of an experiment?
I would say felt tip pens and paper. You can't go wrong with that. And one of the things that I'm doing at the moment is called Art in Your Hands, where I just get people to draw around their hand with a pencil and then outline it with black or felt tip and then just colour it in. Because my philosophy is that art does begin with your hands. Back to like cavemen days when they used to put markings on the wall. And it's something that everybody can do. So it's a really good way of, I mean, sometimes I do a pattern and they can colour it in if they're not sure where to start. Or I'll give them some paper, some coloured paper, so they can draw around the hands and they've already got that design there. It's just, I just find it just something so simple In fact, I did something recently at the local library for the Learning Disabilities Week, where groups of people were coming along and making the hands, and then we put it on a great big display. And it was great to see that people were able to come in, do a bit of art, put their art onto the wall, and it was there to show who they are, so that they know that they're being seen. And yeah, it's we're just so touching. Sorry, I've gone on story again.
No, that's fine. It's not, it's nice to know all the little things that come out of your kind of the creativity, and it tells us a bit more about what you do as well. And that's another way of kind of giving back as well and helping people. I love it.
I have a question, and I think I know the answer. What's your thoughts on colouring outside the lines?
Fine.
So just do it.
Just do it. Yeah. To me, art has got no rules. It's got no regulations. It's got no patterns that you've got to follow exactly. It's about doing what you think's right. And I can remember when I went into a nursing home for delivering a workshop on them colouring in, and I said to them, it doesn't matter if you go over the lines, just colour it. I said, if you wanted to do it all one colour, just do it all one colour. Because I think sometimes when people feel that they have to be defined by staying in the line, it's almost like giving you restrictions. It's like saying that unless you can do it perfectly, you don't fit in, and that's not what art is about. So go out of those lines, do what you want.
I'm one of those. If I've got a picture to colour in, like I love the what they call, the colouring adult colouring books. But I have to stay within the lines. There's something about going out of them. I can't do it. Just I'm like no. So when you say go out the lines, I'm like no.
It's just a
But the
colouring
choice is
book.
there.
They're available to everyone. It's like the adult covers of Harry Potter didn't make it a different book. If you like colouring, just buy a colouring book. It's okay, I'll not tell.
Like
It's so weird though, because I love the messy play and the creative stuff, but with that, I'm like, it has to be perfect. I don't know why.
do you think it's something we're taught as a child when we get influences from people around us, don't we?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it for child development in terms of sort of developing the motor skills to be able to do it initially, but it's once well, I suppose it's like grammar rules and things like that. Once you know what they are and you know how to write and communicate, you can do it in your own style. And I think sometimes we don't get the chance to do that with art. It's like, this is how it is, this is what's good.
But on the other hand, I've seen it where the working with elderly people, where the hands might shake, and they might go out of the line even if they didn't want to. But you don't want them to feel put off by doing that either. It's like, just colour your own way and enjoy the moment of just creating that picture.
And also enjoy the process, not just the outcome. Like, you don't have to frame every picture you ever make.
Yeah, that's right.
Art is subjective. Who's to say what's good and bad? There's been all kinds of weird and wonderful things over the ages.
That's true.
Yeah.
I can remember somebody once telling me that art is about provoking an emotion, whether that emotion is that you like it and it makes you happy, or whether that emotion is it makes you angry and you think, oh, I don't like that. It's about provoking an emotion, and I just thought that was a great way of understanding it.
Yeah, I'd agree on that one. So we seem to have come to the end of our natural discussion. Debbie, we offer all our guests to plug something. What would you like to tell us about?
Right, well, I'd like to tell you about she's got the book. Altogether Artful Wellness. Thank you very much, Karen, because what I primarily love to do is to promote the fact that members' work is what it's all about, and to share that in a book, to show that art supports well-being. It supports it. Oh, sorry, I'm getting all emotional now. Just seeing that you're holding my book up, it was like,
Oh.
so yeah. So the art. I can't speak.
Take a breath.
Yeah, so my book is there that I did last year to celebrate members' artwork, and I don't know what else to say. I'm so emotional right now.
Bless you. Well, we'll say it for you. Go buy the book. Clearly, it's emotional and wonderful and lovely, and you need it.
We'll put the links in the show notes so you can buy the book.
Thank you.
That's okay. So, as well as that, do you have any kind of tips that you'll give to people that want to get a bit more creative?
Yeah, I would